So the UN's International Committee of Inquiry states that there is a genocide going on in Palestine. What does that mean in practice? It will make life substantially more difficult from a legal perspective on every single nation that is ignoring, facilitating, or profiting from the genocide. It triggers the responsibilities of every single nation and every single head of department of foreign affairs in those nations, as well as their prime ministers or overall rulers, to either do something to stop the genocide or be liable for it. It increases universal jurisdiction. So things like Herzog coming to London are going to be more difficult to happen now, because public prosecutors and even individuals can use the report as a basis to be able to launch a prosecution. It also raises the risk of corporate entities dealing not only directly with the genocide in Gaza, companies that are connected with the military-industrial complex, but also will serve as a bit of a deterrent to every single corporate entity dealing with the Israeli government as a whole. The existence of this report is going to be a litmus test of the resilience of the United Nations. This is going to be a League of Nations moment. Founded in the 1920s after the First World War, the League of Nations' role was to be able to be a peacekeeping guarantor of the world. They were not successful. But some parallels can be made on the context of the failure of the League of Nations and the current predicament of the United Nations. The League of Nations relied on the clout of its two major powers, France and England. Every single decision took too much time to carry out, and they did not have an army to support the decisions that were being made. They also encountered a world that was more difficult to manage because of a conjunction of a spiraling financial crisis that started in the United States in 1929, shockwaves of a pandemic, the Spanish flu, that killed millions of people across the world and set off the same type of destructive forces like eugenics that we are dealing with nowadays in the post-COVID period. They had to deal with fascist, authoritarian regimes that broke the code of conduct and carried out military operations that they could not avoid, like the conquest of Abyssinia or the conquest of Manchuria. When I say that Palestine is the crucible in which our history is being decided on, I don't mean to diminish the importance of the other genocides that are happening all over the world. I just mean to convey that because of Israel's position as a linchpin of settler colonialism and the interest that the great powers have on it, all of the decisions that are made on Palestine are going to affect us all. It's the recognition of something that we've been shouting about for the last 2 years makes me feel empty. Because all of these geopolitical implications are people who didn't need to die if only we had been listened to.